Hello, and welcome to Daily English Whisper. I'm Max, and I'm really happy you are here with me today. Take a slow breath in and gently breathe out. Good. Now, let your shoulders relax. This is your time, your English time. Today's episode is called Practice English at Home. Listening and speaking routine. And this is very important because today we are not talking about school. We are not talking about tests. We are talking about your real life, your home, your space, your routine. And my promise to you is simple. By the end of this episode, you will know how to practice English at home in a natural, calm, and effective way. Not with stress, not with pressure, but with simple daily actions that you can repeat every day. Maybe you feel like this sometimes. I understand a little, but I don't. Speak. I want to practice, but I don't know how. I'm at home, but I don't use English. Or maybe this one feels very real. I study, but I forget everything later. Listen, if you feel this way, you are not alone. Many learners feel exactly the same. And here is the truth. The problem is not your ability. The problem is your connection with English. Many people think they need a special place to learn. A classroom, a teacher, a course. But that is not the only way. Another common idea is this: I need many hours to improve. But that is not true either. You don't need many hours. You need small moments, consistent moments, real moments. And your home is the perfect place for that. Because your home is where you live your daily life, where you move, think, feel, and act. So here is the big idea for today. You can turn your home into a natural English environment with small daily habits. Not everything at once, just simple changes, step by step, moment by moment, and slowly English becomes part of your routine. Not something extra, something normal, something that belongs to your day. So relax. You don't need to do everything perfectly. You just need to stay with me and take small ideas that you can use today. Right now, let's begin together. Now, let me ask you something simple. What does it really mean to practice English at home? Maybe you imagine something like this: sitting at a desk, opening a book, trying to study grammar, maybe feeling tired or distracted. But today, we will do something different. We will use a simple technique, a natural technique, something you can use every day without stress. This technique is listening and shadowing. You already started doing it, and you can continue doing it at home, in your real life. So, let's understand it clearly. Listening is simple. You hear English, not once, many times. You don't stop. You don't try to translate everything. You just stay with the sound. Shadowing is also simple. You listen, and then you repeat. Not perfectly, not fast, just slowly. With your own voice. You follow the speaker like a shadow. And this is very powerful because you are training your ears, your mouth, and your confidence at the same time. You are not only learning English, you are using English. Now, let me show you how to do this, step by step. First, you listen to a sentence. Second, you repeat it. Third, you don't worry about mistakes. Fourth, you continue, even if it feels difficult, even if it feels slow, because that is where learning happens. Now, let's practice together. Listen first. I can practice English at home. Now, repeat. I can practice English at home. Good. Again, a little slower. I can practice English at home. Now you. Very nice. Another sentence. My home is a place to learn and speak. Listen. My home is a practice place to learn and speak. Now repeat. My home is a place to learn and speak. Excellent. And one more. I don't need perfect conditions. I just start. Listen carefully. I don't need perfect conditions. I just start. Now repeat. I don't need perfect conditions. I just start. Perfect. Now remember this. You don't need silence. You don't need a special room. You don't need a perfect plan. You need small moments. And your home is full of small moments. Moments where you can listen. Moments where you can repeat. Moments where you can use simple English. Even if it is just one sentence. Even if it is just 1 minute. That is enough. Because small, daily practice creates real change. So now, let's continue. And explore how to use this in your daily life at home. Now, let's talk about the main question. How can you really practice English at home, in your normal daily life? Not in a perfect routine, not in a quiet, empty day, in your real day. Maybe you think something like this. I'm at home, but I don't use English. I don't have time to study. I don't know what to say. Or maybe, I only practice when I feel motivated, and then I stop. These thoughts are very common, very normal, but here is the truth. You don't need more time. You need to use your time differently. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a simple routine, something small, something you can repeat every day. Because real progress does not come from one big effort. It comes from many small actions repeated again and again. And your home is full of opportunities. Small moments, quiet moments, normal moments, moments that you usually ignore. But today, we will use those moments. We will turn them into English practice. Not in a difficult way, in a natural way. So now, I will show you several simple ways, real ways, ways you can use today, not tomorrow, not someday, today. These ways will help you listen, speak, and feel more comfortable with English at home. And remember, you don't need to use all of them. Just choose one or two and start. That is enough. Also, if this episode is helping you, you can support it with a like. That small action helps this channel grow and helps more people practice English in a calm and simple way. And stay with me, because each idea will build on the next one. And by the end, you will see how everything connects. Take a breath And let's begin with the first simple way. Way number 1. Connect English to the first quiet moments at home. This is a very good place to begin. Why? Because the beginning of the day has a special feeling. Your mind is still soft. The day is still opening. And even if your morning is not calm every day, there are still small moments you can use. Now, this does not mean you need a long morning routine. No, just 1 or 2 simple English moments. That is enough. For example, imagine this. You wake up, the room is still a little dark. You sit up slowly. Maybe you feel sleepy. Maybe you want 5 more minutes in bed. That is a real moment. And in that moment, you can say 1 simple sentence in English. Listen. Good morning. Now repeat. Good morning. Good. Or maybe, I feel sleepy today. Now repeat. I feel sleepy today. Very nice. That is already English practice. Simple, real, connected to your life. Now, imagine you stand up and open the curtain. Light comes into the room. You look outside. Maybe the sky is gray. Maybe the sky is bright. Maybe the street is quiet. You can say, it looks like a calm morning. Now repeat. It looks like a calm morning. Excellent. You do not need a special topic. Your morning is the topic. Your room is the topic. Your feeling is the topic. That is what makes this practice natural. Now let's go a little further. You walk to the kitchen. Maybe you put water on the stove. Maybe you prepare tea. Maybe you make toast. And during these very normal actions, you can add simple English. You can say, I'm making breakfast. Now repeat. I'm making breakfast. Good. Or maybe, the water is getting hot. Now repeat. The water is getting hot. Very good. Or this one. I need something simple this morning. Now you. I need something simple this morning. Nice. Do you see what is happening? You are not stopping your life to study English. You are bringing English into your life. That is the difference. And that difference changes everything. Because when English enters your real routine, it becomes easier to remember. It feels less artificial, less heavy, more alive. Now, another important thing, please do not think your sentence must be clever or advanced. No, simple is powerful. Simple is clear. Simple is useful. When you say small true sentences again and again, your English becomes stronger. Now imagine another home moment. You are looking for something. Maybe your socks, maybe your charger, maybe your notebook. Instead of feeling frustrated in silence, say something in English. Listen, where is my charger? Now repeat, where is my charger? Good. Or, I can't find my notebook. Now repeat, I can't find my notebook. Very nice. These are real sentences, daily sentences, sentences that belong to home, life. And because they belong to real life, they stay with you better. Now let's do a short shadowing flow together. Listen first. I start my day with simple English. Now repeat. I start my day with simple English. Very nice. Next sentence. My home gives me many chances to practice. Now repeat. My home gives me many chances to practice. Excellent. And one more. Small morning moments can build my fluency. Now repeat. Small morning moments can build my fluency. Perfect. Now remember, you do not need a perfect morning. Maybe your morning is quiet. Maybe it is busy. Maybe someone is talking. Maybe there is noise. Maybe you only have 1 minute. That still counts. One sentence counts. One short listening moment counts. One small repetition counts. Because every small action tells your brain, English is part of my day. And the more your brain hears that message, the more natural English becomes. So begin there. Begin with waking up. Begin with the curtain. Begin with the tea. Begin with the small, true sentences of your home. Even a few minutes help. You are improving more than you think. Let's continue. Way. Number 2. Speak out loud during simple home actions. Not in your head, with your voice. This is very important because many people listen, but they don't speak. They understand, but they don't. Don't use their voice. And when they need to speak, it feels difficult, slow, uncomfortable. So we change that with something very simple. You speak during normal actions at home, not long sentences, not perfect sentences, just small, real sentences. Now imagine this. You are cleaning something. Maybe a table, maybe your desk, maybe a small corner of your room. You are already doing the action. So you add one sentence. Listen, I'm cleaning my desk. Now, repeat. I'm cleaning my desk. Good. That's it. You don't stop your activity. You don't change your routine. You just add English to it. Now imagine another moment. You are folding clothes. Simple, repetitive, quiet. Perfect for speaking. You can say, these clothes are clean. Now repeat. These clothes are clean. Very nice. Or maybe, I need to put this away. Now repeat. I need to put this away. Good. Now let's go. Somewhere less common. You are checking something in your home, maybe a small plant, maybe a lamp, maybe a drawer, and you say, this needs attention. Now repeat. This needs attention. Excellent. This type of sentence is very useful because it connects English to observation, to awareness, to your environment. Now, something important. You don't need to speak loudly. You can speak softly, almost like a whisper. That's enough. Your mouth is moving. Your brain is connecting. That is what matters. Now, imagine another moment. You are opening your fridge. You look inside. You see different things. And you say, I need to buy something. Now repeat. I need to buy something. Good. Or maybe, there's not much here. Listen, there's not much here. Now repeat. There's not much here. Very nice. These are real sentences, not textbook sentences. Sentences you can actually use. And that is why they are powerful. Now, Let's do a short shadowing flow. Listen. I use my voice in small daily moments. Now repeat. I use my voice in small daily moments. Excellent. Next sentence. Speaking at home helps me feel more natural. Now repeat. Speaking at home helps me feel more natural. Good. Now remember this. You don't need to wait until you feel ready. You become ready by speaking. Even if it feels strange at first, even if your voice feels slow, even if you make small mistakes, it's okay, because every time you speak, you are building something. You are training your mouth. You are building confidence. You are creating familiarity. And slowly, your voice becomes stronger. Your sentences become easier. Your fear becomes smaller. So don't stay silent at home. Use your voice, even in simple actions, even in quiet moments, because those moments are your training ground, and they are always there, waiting for you. Let's continue. Way number 3. Create small listening loops inside your home. Not long audio, not difficult content. Small loops, short, repeatable. Why is this important? Because your brain learns faster with repetition. Not one time, many times, but in a calm way, without stress, without pressure. Now let's make this real. Imagine you are in your room. You play a short English audio, maybe 1 minute, maybe even less. You listen. You don't stop it. You don't analyze everything. You just let the sound enter your mind. Then you play it again. Same audio, same sentences, but now your brain starts to recognize things. A word, a sound, a rhythm. And this is how understanding grows. Not all at once, little by little. Now, let's connect this to your home routine. You are doing something simple. Maybe you are organizing a drawer. Maybe you are preparing your bag. Maybe you are adjusting something in your room. And in the background, English is playing, soft, calm, present. You are not focused 100%, but your brain is still listening, and that matters. Now, sometimes you stop for a second, you hear a sentence, and you repeat it just one time. That is enough. Now, let's practice together. Listen. I listen to English again and again. Now repeat. I listen to English again and again. Good. Another one. My brain learns through repetition. Now repeat. My brain learns through repetition. Repetition. Excellent. Now imagine another moment. You sit down for a few minutes. Maybe you are resting. Maybe you are checking your phone. And instead of silence, you play English again. Same audio, not new, familiar, and this time something feels easier, because your brain already knows a little. That is the power of repetition. Now, something important. Do not always look for new content. New content is interesting, but repetition builds fluency. Familiar sounds become easy sounds, and easy sounds become natural language. Now imagine one more situation. You are about to sleep. You are in bed. The lights are low. Your body is calm. This is a perfect moment. You play a short English audio. Very soft, very slow. You listen. You don't try to understand everything, you just stay with the sound. And maybe you repeat one sentence, just one, before you sleep. That is enough. Now, let's do a small shadowing moment. Listen. Repetition makes English feel natural. Now, repeat. Repetition makes English feel natural. Very good. Another one. I don't need more content. I need more connection. Now repeat. I don't need more content. I need more connection. Excellent. Now, remember this. Your home is full of quiet moments. Moments where you are not doing anything complex. Moments where your mind is open. And those moments are perfect for listening. Even if it is just 1 minute, even if it is just one short audio, even if you only repeat one sentence, it all counts. Because every repetition builds familiarity. Every familiar sound builds confidence. And every moment of confidence brings you closer to fluency. Now, before we continue, I'd like to know something. Which way is helping you the most so far? Speaking at home or listening in small loops? You can leave a simple comment. Even one word is enough. And stay with me, because the next idea connects everything in a very powerful way. Way number 4. Turn your home into a small English environment. Not everything, not all at once, just small changes, simple changes, but very powerful. Why is this important? Because your environment affects your behavior. What you see, what you read, what you hear, all of that influences your brain. So instead of keeping your home only in your native language, you slowly add English, little by little. Now, let's make this very practical. Imagine your phone. You use your phone many times every day. What if you change just one small thing? For example, your notes. Instead of writing everything in your language, you write one sentence in English. Just one. Buy groceries later. Listen. Buy groceries later. Now, repeat. Buy groceries later. Good. Or maybe, call my friend tonight. Now, repeat. Call my friend tonight. Very nice. These are real actions, real plans. And now they include English. Now imagine something else. You have small objects around your home. A chair, a door, a mirror. But instead of naming them like a list, you create living sentences. You look at your chair and say, "This chair is comfortable." Now repeat. "This chair is comfortable." Good. Or you look at the window and say, "The light is coming in." Now repeat. "The light is coming in." Excellent. This is not memorization. This is connection. You connect English with your space. Now, another idea. You can use short messages. Even if you are alone. For example, you finish something and you say, "That's done." Listen, "That's done." Now repeat, "That's done." Good. Or you start something and say, "Let's begin." Now repeat, "Let's begin." Very nice. These are natural phrases. People use them every day. And now you are using them too. Now, here is something deeper. When you start doing this, English stops feeling like a subject and starts feeling like a tool, a way to express your thoughts, your actions, your environment. And this is a big shift. Now let's bring everything together with a small shadowing moment. Listen. My home can become my English space. Now repeat. My home can become my English space. Good. Another one. Listen. I see my environment and I describe it in English. Now repeat. I see my environment and I describe it in English. Excellent. Now imagine your day again. You wake up, you move, you sit, you stand, you eat, you clean, you rest. In all those moments, English can exist. Not all the time, just sometimes. That is enough, because those small moments connect. And when they connect, they create a new habit, a new identity. You become someone who uses English at home, naturally, without pressure, without forcing it. And that is how fluency begins. Now, let's go deeper into this last idea, because this is where everything starts to become more personal. When your home becomes a small English environment, you no longer wait for the right moment to practice. Practice is already there, inside your day, inside your routine, inside your space. And this final way can grow through very small micro habits, tiny actions, very easy to do, very easy to repeat. But together, they can change a lot. Let's start with one simple micro habit. Write one short sentence at home every day. Not a paragraph, not homework, just one real sentence. Maybe you sit down with your phone. Maybe you open a notebook. Maybe you write on a small piece of paper, and you write something true. Listen, the room feels quiet today. Now, repeat. The room feels quiet today. Good. Or maybe, I want a slower evening today. Now repeat. I want a slower evening today. Very nice. This habit is powerful, because writing helps you slow down. It helps you notice language, and when the sentence is about your real life, it becomes easier to remember. Now, here is another micro habit. Record one short voice note for yourself, not for social media, not for another person, just for you, maybe 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute. You speak about what is happening at home. Very simply. For example, I am sitting near the window and the room is warm. Now repeat. I am sitting near the window and the room is warm. Excellent. This helps in a special way, because when you hear your own voice in English, you stop waiting for a perfect voice. You begin to accept your real voice, your current voice. And that makes you braver. Another small habit: use English when you begin and finish small actions. This is easy to do and easy to repeat. You start washing dishes. You say, I'm starting now. Now repeat. I'm starting now. Good. Then you finish and you say, it's done. Listen, it's done. Now repeat. It's done. Very nice. That creates a small rhythm. Start in English, finish in English. Simple, natural. Another micro habit. Describe one changing thing in your home. Not something fixed, something changing. The light, the temperature, the sound, the air. For example, the kitchen is getting colder. Now, repeat. The kitchen is getting colder. Good. Or maybe, the house feels very quiet tonight. Now repeat. The house feels very quiet tonight. Excellent. This kind of sentence is useful because it trains observation. And real English often begins with observation. You notice something, then you say it. That is a real speaking habit. Now imagine a normal evening at home. You arrive, you put something down. You change clothes. You sit for a moment. You stand again. You prepare something small to eat. And in those little moments, you add small English. One sentence here, one sentence there. One short audio in the background, one quick voice note, one sentence in your notes. This does not feel heavy. It feels possible. That is important. Because the best routine is not the most impressive routine. It is the routine you can keep. Now, let's do one more shadowing flow together. Listen. Small habits at home can build strong English. Now repeat. Small habits at home can build strong English. Excellent. Next sentence. I practice in simple ways and I keep going. Now repeat. I practice in simple ways and I keep going. Very good. And remember, these micro habits are not extra pressure. They are support. They help English stay close to you. They help you return to English again and again, even on busy days, even on tired days, even on quiet days when you don't feel very motivated, because the action is small, and small actions are easier to continue. So look at your home again, your table, your window, your kitchen, your chair, your notebook, your evening routine, your morning silence. All of these can become part of your English life. Not in a dramatic way, in a quiet way, in a lasting way. And that quiet, lasting practice is often the one that truly changes you. Now, let's bring everything together. Take a slow breath. You don't need to remember every idea. You don't need to do everything perfectly. Just stay with the feeling of what we practiced today. You learned something very important. You can practice English at home in simple, natural ways. Not with pressure, not with long study sessions, but with small actions. Real actions, daily actions. You wake up and say one sentence. You move around your home and describe what you see. You do simple tasks and speak out loud. You listen in small loops, again and again. You create a small English environment around you. You build tiny habits that stay with you. And all of this creates something powerful. Consistency. Not perfection. Consistency. And here is your secret sentence for today. Listen carefully. My home is my daily English practice. Space. Now repeat. My home is my daily English practice space. Good. This is your idea. When you feel lost, when you feel busy, when you feel unmotivated, come back to this. You don't need to go somewhere else. You don't need special conditions. You are already in the perfect place to practice. Now, think about your normal day at home. You check your phone. You sit down. You stand up. You open the fridge. You clean something. You rest. You think. All of these moments can include English. Not all of them, just a few. That is enough. Instead of silence, one sentence. Instead of waiting, one small action. Instead of thinking later, you start now, and slowly something changes inside you. English stops being something distant and becomes something close, something natural, something that belongs to you. You stop saying, "I am studying English," and you begin to feel, "I use English in my daily life." That is a powerful shift, a quiet shift, but a real one. And I want you to know this. If you listened, if you repeated, if you stayed here with me, you are already improving. Even if it feels slow, even if it feels simple, you are building something real. And I am proud of you. So keep going. Keep using small moments. Keep speaking. Keep listening. Keep returning to English again and again. And if you enjoyed this episode, you can subscribe to Daily English Whisper so you can continue building your English step by step in a calm and natural way. I'm Max, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care and keep going.